This is the Newsload.
Hello, my name is Carrie Anne Stevenson, and I am with Newsload, and I am so beyond excited to be able to interview today Elle Bernardo. Hello, Elle. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm really happy to be here. Nervous, but happy to be here.
So I had the pleasure of being able to enjoy a wonderful film festival with you as the leading lady. How did that come about?
You know what? So we were all a bunch of friends. I did this, right? And when Jerry told me about it, I got super excited. But I thought I would be helping with casting. I don't know how I ended up being in it. I had nothing to do with the casting. That was all Jerry. And somehow, yes. Yeah.
I was really impressed with just the little nods, like the irritation that you were having to go to London, and the secretary was like, London, England? And then you were like, no, London, Ontario, kind of thing. And I
Yeah.
really enjoyed a couple of the hot spots. Like, I believe you filmed in Poacher's Arms.
We did, yes. Yep. Oh, it was great. Yeah.
And how do you find, have you done theater?
I have not done theater.
Okay. What I find with theater is you have to do large expressions. Like it's so much more excessive because you want to reach the people in the back room, but you can have just little
Yeah.
subtle responses on film, just a head nod or something like that. And how did you enjoy working with all the kooky characters in the show?
So it was a blast. We had a lot of fun, and I think like film sets can be very stressful. Like there's timelines, there's just a lot going on. It's not just getting in front of a camera. Like there's so many roles, right? And having the right crew and the right cast around you just makes it the best. It really does. And we all just flowed together. It helped that some of us knew each other, some of us were just meeting for the first time, but we all meshed so well. And that was, I loved it. I had a really good time.
I really hope that the pilot gets picked up so that we can enjoy the rest of the series and see how it goes. If your dad character gets better, all
Yeah.
sorts of wonderful little what do you call those cliffhangers at the end of the show that we were able to hope for. I have to admit, my neighbor was Ken, who hugged you at the end, going,
No way.
yeah, yeah, small town.
You know what? It was so fun because the part in the show where he comes up to give me a hug and it had to be so awkward. And naturally, like I'm not awkward with it, right? But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I remember right after like a take, I'd be like, I'm so sorry, I don't mean it, right? Because it was so awkward.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's sweet. And I really like the variety of characters and such. How did you pick up the script words and turn them into the character that you developed on camera?
I tried to relate as much as possible. There were a few things that were very relatable. Well, the pickles, let's be honest, I actually really do love pickles.
They are delicious.
It's like fun little cooking hack. You know, in a rice cooker, you use like a cup of water, like 2 cups of water. If you actually use 1 cup of pickle juice,
Really? I'm gonna have
yeah, I
to
do.
try that. I used to throw in chicken stock. I thought that was
That works too.
an
Yeah.
addition, but pickle juice, that's interesting. I lived with some Russian girls in college, and
Mhm.
they were heavy drinkers, as the
Yeah,
stereotype goes. And apparently, the secret is to drink pickle juice before going to bed because apparently, I don't know, the salt, the brine, the what have you, helps with the hangover.
I did not know that. I did. That's actually pretty cool. Um, I also tried to research the character too and who I saw her as. I really thought she related well with, in The Devil Wears Prada, Glenn Close character comes across as a huge stuck-up person, and then she really does have more character. It's just, yeah. So that was fun getting into that. Yeah.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
and with like being like the mean and the aggression, honestly, I just use how I feel when I'm driving. And then I put that,
Are
and I
you
put
an
that,
aggressive driver?
well, I wouldn't say I'm aggressive, but you know what? There is a little bit of road rage in there. I do get irritated sometimes. And I use that with her too in the parts where, I know we used my name in the script. When Danielle's like, irritated, I kind of in my head be like, okay, I'm in my car. Somebody just cut me off. You just find fun ways to relate, and then that brings it in. Yeah.
And that's good to put yourself in
Yeah.
the moment so that you can express that on camera.
Yeah.
So you have a booking agent background. That's sort of what you mainly do as a casting agent.
Yeah. So I'm not an agent. I'm a casting director. So
Okay.
I work for productions, right? And then by working for productions, that's how you get paid. Whereas agents they get paid through actors, right? So that how they get their work. And the casting director kind of like they're like a go-between kind of. But I did start off with the talent agency with Jerry actually. And then as it's been growing in London, the film community, I just worked up into moving to be a casting director because there's a lot of need for that, for the casting and helping directors cast so they can focus more on, like, in the end, really, it's their vision, right? And I just help find my talent's behind the camera, not in front.
I disagree. You were
Oh,
terrific in front of the camera. You're multi-talented.
oh, thanks.
Did you have anything to do with the Arnold Schwarzenegger filming over the summer?
No, I didn't. I did know about it, but with the larger productions that come in, I'm usually hired as their background casting director. And with the scenes and that they filmed, they brought in all their own cast and crew for that one. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
No,
I
yeah.
ran into a Fortune Feimster at the Starbucks in Argyle Mall
Did you?
area, and I was totally like, I was just hanging out, watching a movie because my landlord was fixing my plumbing, so I just had it to chill in
Oh,
Starbucks for a couple hours. And Fortune Feimster just walks through, and I think I literally had just watched her special on the Netflix like a week before, so it was just like, "Hi, what are you
that's pretty
doing
awesome.
here?"
Yeah.
She let me hug her. I tried to buy her a
Oh,
coffee. She wouldn't accept.
okay.
She's really, really cool. I that left me starstruck.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when they are like that. They're, real people.
Has
So,
anyone left you starstruck?
you know what? Kind of boring, but I've actually never really, I have not been starstruck before. I think the closest I've come would have been actually recently when Victor Garber was here, and that's because my mom was a huge fan and I miss her. So I think that's about as close, yeah.
He was
But
the engineer on Titanic,
like
right?
yeah,
Yes, and he was on Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, yeah, he
Yeah, he
played a
was.
not nice professor, which is funny because you know what? I find a lot of these people that can do those bad, like the bad guys, are actually quite great people in real life. Like he's kind, he's caring.
Oh yeah, I hear that
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins is a delight.
Mm, you would never know from some of his roles, but hey, you know what? They've got great skill, great acting.
So I see that you went to a lot of the award events and such. How do you enjoy going to those?
You know what? I do enjoy them. Are you talking about like recently with the film festival?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. So actually, I was working with Dorothy on that as Victor's hospitality. So I was kind of like the shadow kind of assistant while he was there. It was a lot of fun, but enjoy from a distance, if that makes sense.
Course, of course.
Yeah, they are fun to go to. Seeing the people there and the smiles, that it's good, but I do get very nervous.
I bet. Um, when I watch things like in Schitt's Creek, the
Mhm.
Alexis character came in and auditioned with a messy bun and no makeup, and she was very low key. But then when she did the character, she pulled out the sassy, um, rich girl kind of thing, and they were able to see through the messy bun to be able to put her in that sassy role. Do you have any sort of behind the scenes tips on, what the casting director is looking for so that you can connect the right actor to the role?
Oh, I would definitely say really look into the character, do a bit of research of what you can. You don't always get a lot of information, right? Because they just kind of give you breakdowns, but also step out of the box a little bit. And it's in those small details that really stand out. So, for example, like she did come in with the messy bun and the hair, but that was actually part of her character, losing so much. And then sometimes she was just like that, but being able to shine through with the sassiness, it stands out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Do you have any suggestions for acting classes?
Yes, take them. You know what? Because I'm not always good with my words. I did write down a couple things. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of a nerd that way, but first off, like being an actor does take time and investment, and even those actors that do have a natural skill, they still get coaching, right? And yeah, so I really highly recommend it. Any courses, classes, coaching, you can get your hands on, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the biggest people are very knowledgeable. I hear Tom Cruise took hip hop dance classes for the Tropic Thunder role. I hear a lot of dialect coaches are encouraged to, match the accent as, properly as possible, so you don't deal with a lot of Kevin Costner's and Robin Hood, where his English accent sort of falls through halfway through in the movie. But people like
I
Colin,
love that movie.
I do too. But
I've seen it like 40 times. I
I
love
know
it.
it's a really wonderful movie. But Kevin
It is,
Costner's
yeah.
English accent is not there. He just pulls out mostly just a naked butt behind the waterfalls, and
Yeah.
excellent arrow skills. What do you call
Hmm.
that? Arrow, bow and arrow,
Archery.
archery. Thank you.
Yes, yeah,
And the explosions, and Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman. It's a wonderful movie, but
yeah.
please admit he's not using his English accent.
No.
And it's
Yeah,
fine. We accept it. We
we
accept it
do.
because it is Kevin Costner. But people like Colin Farrell, who loses his Irish accent and plays an American accent very well. I was
Hmm.
actually quite impressed with people like Mel Gibson, whose Australian accent was very thick in like Mad Max, or what was the movie Gallipoli? I think it was back in the day when he was
I
a
haven't seen.
runner in the war. I saw that in high school. But now his American accent is so good that I think he just speaks in the American accent all the time. Like he's almost lost the Australian accent, which is impressive.
Yeah, that's a hard accent to lose.
Oh, I
But
bet.
again, like they're constantly working on it, right? Like, so yes, if people who are watching take those workshops, take those classes, and continue to do so. Yeah.
No, it is very funny. I think it was a nursing show where the people in their like Scottish and English accent were rehearsing in their Scottish and English accent, and then filming in their American accent. And it's very delightful how quickly they can switch their accents. But a lot of people, need to keep that the whole time and stay in character kind of thing, which is very interesting. Have you had any crazy audition experiences?
For watching or doing?
Watching, doing,
What?
either, both?
I actually haven't done an audition myself in a very, very long time. But yeah, I definitely watch auditions. That's what I do mostly, right? There's some there's some pretty crazy ones. I can't think of offhand. Sorry, boring story, but yeah.
Okay. So
They're definitely interesting, some of them.
nobody's like flash the camera, to be like, let me have the role as the waitress number 3.
Oh yeah, no, I have not had that. Thank you.
That'd be funny.
It would, but yeah, please no.
So do you encourage people who are trying to audition to work out, exercise, wear specific clothing that would match the character?
Definitely, it depends. Like if for self tapes, to be honest, less is more. So really, we want to focus and see your skill. So I always say like have a neutral background, wear neutral clothing, minimal props, right? So if there's no you want to buy in your audition, that's great. Instead of pretending, have that look like a fake or you know what I mean, like that kind of. Here's another actually little tidbit, technical tidbit. When you're filming your audition, yes, it's comforting to see yourself while you're filming, but how cameras work and how you're actually seeing TV is opposite. So have it facing your way and landscape, because that's how you're seen. I'm not doing a very good job. Mine is in portrait mode right now, but when auditioning, try and do that. And in one take, I know.
Not what I do. Yes. Typical.
I know.
Absolute delight. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want our audience to know about your business?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know myself.
How do you follow you to find out where any of the auditions are happening?
I am working on posting more on social media. I'm starting on my Instagram account because I do on Facebook. Typically, like casting director, I do kind of go straight, and then they weed through, and it just kind of goes down a lot. I'm on this being new, and the email is also on there, and then I also post myself.
Just on Facebook, follow Elle Bernardo, and
Yeah, Instagram because I'm starting to. Everybody's on Instagram.
Yeah, I even had a kid ask me about Snapchat, and I was like, no.
Oh,
sorry, I'm not doing snaps.
Yeah, no. There's so much. I did write down one thing I didn't want to forget that I wanted to leave off with everybody. Again, like the film industry, it is fantastic. It can be very stressful and hard. I can't control. So I know everyone like continue to some respect. Each role is a part, and each part is so we can all do that.
Yes, and also be aware that if an agent is asking for money up front, it's a scam. But
yes.
Have to invest in a professional photographer for professional headshots and possibly professional makeup if you can, but also Shoppers Drug Mart, if you're willing to buy a piece of can schedule a free makeup. So I got my wedding at Shoppers Drug Mart, just at the makeup counter. They will give you full makeup. You can bring your own eyelashes if you want, and they can set you up with proper coloring and I'm not very good with cover up and such. So it was really nice to be able to have a professional makeup artist at Shoppers Drug Mart to do my makeup. But call ahead, book an appointment to make sure that even that location does it. But absolutely,
that's really good to know.
Don't accept money from an agent.
Oh yeah, that's a huge thing, especially for new actors. Do not be fronting up money for agents and fees and that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you are expected to pay for professional photographs, headshots, and such. So there is a little.
It's an investment, right?
Yeah. And also paying for your acting classes if you want to, get in that.
Definitely.
Thanks so much. There's one last thing I can ask of you. If you can say it loud, say it proud. I love Newsload.
I love Newsload.
This is the Newsload.